Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of A Potent Dose of Three. This is Linda.
I'm Kathy.
And I'm Jazz, and we're here to bring you your weekly dose.
Y'all ready?
Yeah,
Yes.
let's go.
Okay, let's get into it.
It's been a long time.
I know.
So guys, I know it feels like it's been a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's been a while for us recording because we pre-recorded some episodes. So it's been like, a month since we've been actually back?
I haven't
Yes.
seen you guys in a really. I just thought about it. I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah.
Probably like a month.
Like
Oh
a
my
month.
gosh,
It's
yeah.
been a month. I think so.
I missed you guys.
It's been forever. It's been forever. So Kathy
Yeah.
and I were back from Colombia.
Yup.
Finally.
Yes. It was an interesting trip for me because it was the first time that I was going back to my country after like 18 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
I didn't
18
know that.
years.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it was weird because I remember Linda was like, "You're going to cry." And I'm like, "I am, but I don't know
I don't
when.
want to.
I don't like it. I don't like to cry or anything." And then so when we got to Cartagena, I was like, fine. And then Linda, my boyfriend, would ask me like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And then we got to Santa Marta. "Are you okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine." Then
Because
it hit
these
me.
places were like just vacation. Like her family wasn't there. But Cartagena or Santa Marta, your family
Yeah.
weren't there.
No, so I was like in vacation mode, like like I'm
Gotcha.
going to
Yeah.
Cancun, like what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But then we went to Bucaramanga, and that's where my family was. And it was horrible. I hated it because I didn't want to cry. So, like, when you don't want to cry and you have, like, that ball in your
yeah.
throat.
in your throat.
And then it was just me on the plane. Like, I haven't even seen my brother. And I keep swallowing and swallowing,
You
just
knew,
trying, like,
yeah.
and I was like, just calm down, just calm down, just calm down. And I felt like I wanted to throw up, and I was like, oh my God. And then I'm like, I don't know if it's the nervousness. I don't, like,
You
and
told me that, actually.
Yeah.
You're just like, I don't know what's going on. But
Yeah.
I was like, it's okay.
I'm having these feelings I've never felt before.
Yeah. I was like, just feel those feelings.
She's like, you want to cry?
Yeah, I was like, feel the feelings. Because I honestly will feel those exact same feelings.
Yeah, like I was freaking out. I was like, I don't know what to do. And then Linda
18
was-
years since you've seen your brother.
Yeah, and then Linda, Linda was just like, just go with the
Let
flow.
it out, yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And then like when I saw him, like I just like boom, I started bawling. But it was just because also like he got COVID and he almost died. So I think that was like me seeing him how he was when he got COVID and me seeing him way better, like,
Yeah.
So I think that also like hit me more.
Right.
And then when I got to Bogota, then again I cried because I had to see my grandma, and I hadn't seen my grandma since I was like 16.
Oh my God.
So that was like 13 years or so.
Yeah, right now she's 29.
Yeah.
so
I'm
it's been-
I'm happy you went and saw
Yeah.
your family.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was actually bummed. I told Linda, I was like, I wish I could stay longer or maybe switch like some days that we were like in Santa Marta to like put it in Bucaramanga or Bogota, because I feel like I honestly thought it was going to be kind of boring.
Mhm.
But no, like I have fun.
Yeah, because we only spent 2 days in Bukawawa, whatever it's called. We spent 2 days there because she was like, no, I don't want to spend that many days there. But honestly, we could have skipped Santa Marta because I feel like Santa Marta, they had like a little storm and we didn't do as much. So we could have just went from Cartagena to
Bucaramanga.
Uh-huh.
Well, hey, maybe
Yeah.
we can do a girls trip.
I would
That's what I
definitely want to go
told
back
Linda.
and leave.
can do a girls
yeah,
trip.
leave them. Okay, so it was very emotional for me seeing Kathy get emotional by seeing her family, because it's like, for me as an outsider looking in, it's like I don't realize how much immigrants go through when they move here. Gary, stop looking at me like that. When they move here, so seeing Kathy get like super emotional when she saw her brother, in my head it's like I can't imagine not seeing my sister for 18 years. So I saw her getting emotional, and then I start getting emotional because it's like, dang, like I never realized she hasn't been in her country where her family, like the family she loved, like she had to leave all that back to move here to the States. I was like, damn, let me be over here, be grateful and everything.
It gives you a different perspective.
Definitely different perspective.
And then it was funny in one part because when my uncle and my aunt, they drop us off to like come from like Bogota to the United States. They stayed the whole time. Like we were there 3 hours before because that airport gets really busy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Linda was like, "Well, are they not gonna leave?" And I'm like, "No, they stay the whole time."
I loved her family. They are so cute. First of all, because I feel like I gotta tell my perspective of the trip, and then Kathy. So since we're talking about you, Kathy, I want to go with me being with you and your family. When I tell you her family is so freaking cute, like her dad's side of the family, her aunt Kathy told them I don't speak Spanish. When I tell you her aunt was so sweet, she was just sitting next to me speaking completely Spanish. I'm like, see, and she was so freaking cute. And then so when it was time for us to head back to the airport, and I'm thinking her aunt and uncle was just going to drop us off to like departing flights. Yeah. When I tell you they put into the parking garage, like the parking lot to park the car, we were already running late.
Oh.
We put in the parking lot, getting out the car. It took him forever to park. I'm looking at Kathy.
Little did you know they were trying to make you miss your flight so you could stay longer.
I think
God,
so.
no.
So I'm like looking at Kathy. Kathy was like, I don't know what's going on. Blah, blah. I was like, Kathy, they could have just dropped us off and let us check in, and they could have parked and came back. So they're taking their time, just parking, taking the time to walk into the airport. I was like, Kathy, tell your family. It was so sweet. They stayed the whole time. Like we were like
really sweet.
checking in and everything for like almost like 2.5 hours.
We literally make it to the gate 30 minutes before takeoff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they were just with us the whole time. I'm like, my family would have been like, bye. Text me
For
when you
real.
make it. They would have dropped with the car still running, just saying like, oh, just text me when you make it. They was all giving
Gonna
her
send you off in a
hugs,
taxi.
for real, giving hugs and everything. I was like, that is so. But Kathy, you said they did the same thing when you were 12, right?
Yes, they always do it. Like they always, like when I was coming to just live here, it wasn't even just my uncle amount. They were rolling deep. It was
the whole
everybody.
family.
And my whole family is like almost 10 people or more.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It was a lot. So then, and they stayed there with us the whole time until we departed that one
with some
time.
food, and then her grandpa is so cute. I was gonna find me.
I love grandma.
I was about to find me. He was about to be my sugar daddy.
Oh my
Dude, oh my god, because he's such a flirt, and when he's telling us, "You're like, you are beautiful,
called me beautiful.
you
I
come
was like-
from the sky," and
was
blah,
like,
blah.
Linda's
Yeah.
like, they don't make them like this.
No, I was like, I haven't heard these words in a while. He was so cute. He was like, "Want to come with me?" I was like, "Yeah, Cece." And her Kathy's fiance was like, "Stop saying C to everything." He's like trying to flirt with you. You're over here talking about C.
That's funny.
Yeah, but that's because like it was really nice. So because my grandpa, he's getting older, so he's not really coming out the house.
He was so cute.
I was only expecting my brother to come and pick me up, and then he's like, "No, I'm with my grandpa. Like he came out like to pick you up," and I was like, "Are you serious?"
Stop.
And
He was
yeah,
so cute.
and
with
then-
some empanadas. Some bomb
Yes.
empanadas.
They were really bomb. They were really really good. And he's like, I told someone to make it just for you here.
was so cute.
And then he gave like
That's
empanadas to
that's
everybody.
amazing.
You want to know another thing that kind of like touched my heart? So when her brother came, so her brother actually waited when we got off the airplane. He was like right there, like when we exit the little airport by the baggage claim. But the grandpa stayed at the car because he had to be by the car, make sure you don't get like a ticket or whatever. So we get there, we're walking, and he's still like talking to the cop or whatever, the security guard. And I was like, Kathy, like, I don't think he knows that's you. Like, go, because he didn't like acknowledge her. And I'm like, I thought it was weird. I was like, oh shoot, maybe he is a mean little old man. I was like, Kathy, are you sure that he knows that that's you? And he was like, oh yeah, it's because he's busy. In my head, I was like, no, I don't think he realizes it's you. So then Kathy was like, hey, I don't know how you greeted him, and he got so happy and like just embraced her, and because he didn't know that was her. It's been that many years.
Yeah. But I thought I thought he would know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, he's just busy. And then until like I'm like, okay, just let me go. And he's like, you, and I'm like, Catherine, Ismelda's daughter, your granddaughter, and he's like, oh, and then that's
got
when like
clicked.
it clicked.
Because was it 18 years since you've seen him?
Yeah, him. I haven't seen
yeah.
him either.
Dang.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and then I was so worried with the trip because I was bringing Linda to my country and I wanted her to feel like comfortable. So I was like, oh my God, I hope my family makes her feel comfortable. Like I was just so worried of her feeling comfortable. And then I was just like, okay, I hope they make her feel comfortable. Because, sometimes culturally
Things are different.
There's a big difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then when I saw that Linda was like laughing and everything, and I was like, oh yeah, they're making her feel comfortable, because I was just worried.
That's because she
And
was
that's-
like,
see for everything. But and that's the thing that I did not want Kathy to worry
Yeah.
about, because I was like, this is your time to see your family. Like, embrace that time. I don't want you to be worrying about me.
Yeah.
I don't want you to have to be worrying about like translating for me. So though I flew into Colombia with her, I did like my own thing in a way. So it was like a solo-ish trip, because, Kathy was with her family and I didn't want to be with her family the whole time. Because it's
Right.
like, I'm on vacation too. I met your family once or twice. And it's like, I'm going to do my own thing. So for me, Colombia, like I love Cartagena. That was like my favorite, what is it? What did you call it?
City.
Because I'm like, what do you call it? A city? Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite city, because it was like more diverse. They had like Afro Latinos, Latinas, where they actually like embraced and recognized that, hey, I'm here because like the slave trade. Like the only difference, like, I was the slave ship stopped in Colombia, so they actually embraced that. So I saw a lot of people that looked like me. The only difference is like I couldn't freaking speak Spanish with them.
Next time. you go. I'm sure. Did it motivate you to want to learn
I
Spanish?
wanted
Yeah.
to learn.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I want to learn.
She said, next trip, I'm going to speak Spanish. And I was like, you better.
Yeah, I have not been practicing since I got back home.
All you
but
need is like an hour a day. I'm sure you can do it.
I should put it in. But I love it. Colombia is just so beautiful. Like the people is beautiful. I had a great time. I did a lot of things, like I said, by myself. I was like in a taxi by myself. I went to dinner by myself. I went to it was like an experience dinner where it was like 3D or like a virtual dinner. That was really fun.
I was stressing like a mom, because I was like, where are you? It's a
I didn't-
3-hour trip. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because it was like 10.
It was a 3-hour dinner.
I understand how you would feel. Like you'd be like, I would, because she doesn't speak Spanish.
Yeah, no, I was nervous too, because it was a 3-hour dinner, super cool. So the dinner didn't start to 8, so I didn't get back to the hotel until like 12:30. So they had like a lot of alcohol. I was just drinking
Oh,
and
no.
drinking, and I felt myself getting drunk. I was like,
Oh,
okay,
no.
Linda, you need to cut yourself off, because I have to get in the Uber by myself. So at one point, I'm like, let me stop drinking, because I'm paranoid.
I don't even speak the language.
I don't speak the language. They know I'm a foreigner. So when I would like request the app pickup, I would put on, because they have like options, like if you want it quiet in the car, if you wanted like a certain temperature. So I put like silence, because I didn't want them to know that I
Gotcha.
don't speak Spanish, because that would have
Gotcha.
been like a clear indicator.
Yeah.
So I put like silence. I don't want you to talk to me in the car. Just leave me alone. But I had ended up getting like an older man. He didn't care. He was trying to like talk to me the whole time.
Oh no.
But I was doing great, and he was like, "Oh, your Spanish is really good. Like, who taught you?" I was like, "Escuela, mis amigas."
I'm dying right
He was probably just trying to be nice. I was like, "Yeah, mis amigas in escuela." But yeah, it was a great trip.
Oh, that's
We were there
funny.
for like 2 weeks, so
Yes.
I was ready to come back home at some point.
Oh yeah, no, I understand.
Mhm.
When I went to my trip too, I was like, I miss my bed.
Yeah, I missed everything.
Yeah.
I was telling Carlos, I was like, man, if I could just come just for 1 month, because I want to I feel like I just wanted more time with my family. So I was like, I could just want to stay 1 month.
Yeah,
Like,
you need it. You should have.
Yeah. I mean, with the point that how the semester is going, I could have stand it for 2 weeks.
You could have.
But that's another topic.
No, that's the topic we're actually going to get into this episode. But Jasmine, do you have any like updates besides just life?
I've been
in general?
holding down the fort.
No, you've been holding it down.
No, I've been doing my secondaries.
Okay.
Pretty much that's it. That's all I can think of.
Okay, so we're going to get into it a little bit more, because I know there's a lot that's been going on with secondaries, school with you, Kathy, and me starting this. It's been a
You can
crazy
see my
semester.
face. I'm rolling my eyes.
It's been a crazy semester, so let's talk about it.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Yeah, because I feel like you should go first, because we've been talking a lot.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. So I know we talked a lot about like the primary application, but there's also secondary, which you guys didn't really know about. And I thought it would be really good to talk about it too, just because when I was applying, I didn't know all that was involved either. And so secondaries is basically a part where you do a lot of writing, which
Ugh.
is crazy because you and me, we didn't have a good English.
We didn't have, all three of us.
Yeah.
We don't,
We're the struggling bus.
English has been
for
rough.
real.
English has been rough. Actually, in writing, I'm remembering when we were writing for the 8th grade. You know, when we were like trying to get into
high school?
into high school, and I remember Miss Pale was like, "Oh, your writing is so good," and I was like, "I use thesaurus.com because we've been learning nothing."
Nothing at all our lives. Mind you, we paid to be in these private schools.
Oh,
When
yeah.
I tell you, they didn't teach us jack.
No, yeah.
It should have been better.
A lot better.
I'm thankful for the education we did receive, but it should have been a lot better.
Yeah, so I'm doing so basically what I'm trying to say is I'm doing my best
You're doing your
right now
best
in my secondary.
You're doing your trying as hard
because
as you can.
even in undergrad, I was doing mostly science classes, so like not so much writing. It was more like science, math, you know, physics, all that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so in secondaries, not every school will send you a secondary. Some are by invitation only, so some have to invite you. Some will send it to you right away, so you're waiting for them. And if you're doing your secondaries, it's good to not do all your schools at once, because what happens is some will give you a 2-week deadline, some will give you a month deadline, some will have like 9 prompts, some will have 2 prompts but like 6,000 characters. It's just they're all different, and you think that you could recycle very easy, but you really can't. I find myself having to rewrite everything like again. But a website I've been using, this is not an ad, it's called Mapped, and I go on there and you can actually look up the secondaries before you even put your put the school on your list, so it gives you more time to write, so you don't have that deadline. You know, like you have more time to write
because you already know what to expect.
Exactly, you already have the prompt,
and it's been very accurate. Because my fear would be like, I do that,
accurate.
Accurate.
Oh,
that's
because what happens is a lot of people who already have done their secondaries, they'll update the secondaries.
Oh yeah, and like you said, there are people who are doing it every day.
No, everyone
all
I've
year
used,
round.
it's updated.
Is it for free?
Yeah.
Oh,
So you just go
nice.
on there,
That's even
sign
better.
up.
Yeah.
You can create your school list on there, and then you go and you look at the secondaries and stuff. And it also has like the mission of the school, the vision, you know.
So you're gonna need that stuff.
Yeah.
You kind
that's
of
really
need it when you're
helpful.
writing your secondaries anyway. So it's kind of like a quick way to like at least get you started or get like the theme of where you're heading with your writing. So I've been doing that, and then just researching the schools before, and yeah, just like that.
So how many schools have you done that for so far?
Right now I've only done like I think 8.
Only.
But I've girl,
yeah,
no.
I know it's a lot.
I've done like 7, but
that's a
it's
lot.
been like already 40, 50 prompts already.
That's crazy.
I don't
And that's
know.
not even half of it. Like you
No.
have so much more to do.
Yeah. And then like the thing with me is like, you know me, I'm kind of a perfectionist.
Mhm.
So like I'll write it and I'm like, I don't like my writing. And remember I had you read it and you're like, it's really good. And I'm like, I don't like it.
Yep.
I don't like my writing. So then sometimes I keep the writing and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I don't want to submit it until I meet with an advisor, and then I meet with the advisor. But it's been taking a lot of time. So I think I just need to go with it. I was talking to my boyfriend. He's like, just submit it. He goes, yeah, just submit it.
Yeah, no, I agree, because
Yeah.
I like you said in the beginning, like the primary applications versus the secondary application is like Kathy and I, once you sit at the primaries, we thought interviews are going to be next.
Oh, no.
And you're over here talking about secondaries. I'm like, so you have to do like a whole nother application
and-
period? That's ridiculous.
Actually,
Yeah, it's a lot.
you reminded me. So even with the secondary, some of them will have you resubmit some of your grades in there as well. So like some of them you have to do that too. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought I already did this.
Oh, that is...
It's annoying, but I remember someone saying like, no one's making you do this. You're doing this
For
because
your-
you want to
That's
do
true.
this.
That is true.
And that's what I keep telling myself. It's like, I do want to do this. I want this.
You want
Let's
this,
go.
you want this.
Yeah.
But one of my pet peeves was when I was applying to like nursing school, and it's the same with you. I feel it's like we all, nursing school, it's like we want to be nurses. Why not have like the same like requirements throughout? But it's like, no,
Oh,
it depends on the school. Like what you're saying is
You're
like
talking about the course requirements and
the
stuff?
course requirement, even like the way the application, the questions that they may ask, it all differs.
Well, that I kind of understand, because they all have different like missions and goals that they want, and so they want to see if what you believe in or aligns with their school values. So I kind of get that part.
Yeah,
a
but
little bit.
that would be like kind of the same. Like, oh, your missions. Like, yes, every school mission is different in a way, but
hard,
you just
that's also
reply
hard
to
for
your-
me too, because I'm like, I know what my mission is. Like, I know my mission is to help people and help people from the communities that I came from. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But then in healthcare, they always say that's usually like their mission. Like, oh, my mission aligns with yours because I want to also give back to the less fortunate. And I feel like all schools are like their mission state. I don't
Believe
know,
it or
maybe-
not, in doing the secondaries, I'm like, wow, I saw nothing about underserved communities or like,
Oh yeah, some don't care.
yeah, some of them I'm like, oh, okay, maybe
Yeah.
this is not
Like
for me.
if it's here in the Bay Area or somewhere with actually underserved, then I'm like, you don't even have a choice, but you have to put it.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I understand what Linda is saying. Like, yeah, we all want to be nurses, but why make it so difficult? Like, make it,
Like,
make
jump
it
through the hoops.
easy. Yeah, we
Yeah.
just have to do this and this and that. And damn.
You're like,
Yeah.
I already jumped through the hoops.
I'm like, you gotta keep on jumping.
I thought the MCAT was the hoop.
right. Nope, you thought that was just the beginning.
Yeah. No, it was the beginning, and we're working on it and taking it a day at a time, and I'll get there.
Okay, so how has it been like mentally for you? Has it felt like overwhelming, or are you just going with the flow?
It's, for the most part, it's been like good, but I did have a little, like, the other day I was like at home writing, and I was trying to write, and there was one prompt I was stuck on for hours.
Ugh,
hours. Like, I was like, okay, I can write it. Sat there and stared at literally the computer for hours. So then it was like, what, 7:00 at night, and I was like, okay. I would literally still have my laptop open, nothing written, by the way. My mom comes in, she starts talking to me, and then I start getting like anxiety, because I'm like, my mom's talking to me. I feel like I need to talk to her, but I also need to finish this prompt because I've been staring at this for like hours. That was pretty much the only part, like, time
Yeah,
when
like
I
a
felt a
little-
little overwhelmed. But for the most part, I've been just doing what I can.
Okay, that's
good.
I've noticed, like, since that day where I stared at it for hours, I'm like, you know what? Maybe you're not in the writing mood, and you just got to go somewhere else and do something else.
switch it up.
And I'm
You have
glad
to
you're
switch it
feeling
up.
like that, because I thought I was going, like, when I will see you today, because it's the first time that I see you today, I thought I was going to be more like the Jasmine that had the mindset in the first time that took the MCAT. Like, I thought you were going to be stressed out. And I'm like, oh my God, I hope she's not like that anymore. So I'm glad that you're just like, just breathing and just trying to be calm.
To be honest,
Your face.
my anxiety meds have helped a lot.
Thank God for the anxiety
They really
meds.
changed me. Like, I got to the point where I'm like, yeah, it's hard, but I can only do what I can do, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's
Good.
literally it.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the mindset you have
stressing
to have.
is not really going to help. The only thing that I can keep doing is give it what I can give it, and then give myself the break I need to come back at it again.
Yep, and see what happens. And if it's
Yeah.
not in your favor, you just go at it again.
Yeah. So, I mean, that my mindset's changed a lot, but I do get stressed here and there, but it's way more manageable than it used to be. And I'm actually having some type of fun with the secondaries because it's getting me to reflect a lot on things and things like that.
Yeah. Okay, so the reflection part. Because I would have been like, maybe finish what you're going to say first. And
No,
then,
go ahead.
Okay, so the reflection part, I feel like, I guess it's good to hear that it hasn't had like an effect on you, because even then when you showed me your like responding to one of your secondary questions or your questions from the application, I was like, oh, you was kind of getting deep. I know for me, I would have been like, ooh, this is a little triggering.
Oh,
Yeah. So you like have to like
yes.
basically bring up stuff that's the reason why you're applying to med school.
I think I know what you're saying. 'Cause-
Yeah.
So when I first applied to the post-bac, I did get deep.
Mhm.
And I was crying writing my stuff.
That was me with my personal statement.
And Jonathan was like I was crying, like, you know, the crying where you're like, you kind of feel pain.
oh, in your chest. Or
Yeah,
something?
like I was crying, and he's like, what's going on? Like, out of nowhere, I'm just crying.
So
And I was
concerned.
like, I'm writing and I'm remembering. like,
bringing
it
up
brought
all
up deep stuff.
deep stuff.
But I think I'm at a place and point in life where it's like things have happened in my life, and I've already cried so much about it, and I think I'm so much stronger now. And I'm like, all the negative things that have happened to me, I try to use them now to make my life better, someone
Yeah.
else's life better. Like, what can I teach myself from that situation, or what can I teach someone else, or how can I help someone else?
I love
through
that. Yeah, it's your drive as well.
It is. I think it
I love
is.
that.
And I wasn't, and before I would just cry, and now I'm like, no, for example, my growing up experience, maybe that will help me to be more sensitive to someone else's struggle who does live in a house with domestic violence or things like that. Like now I'm going to be more sensitive and I'm going to be more capable of helping them.
Yeah.
You know,
You're more empathetic because you're coming from a place that you can relate.
Understand. Yeah. So I try to use it more as what can I do for other people with what I've lived.
Yeah, and to make that change. Actually, I love that. Yeah.
Tell me why when she was saying all this, I just keep thinking about the sound when everybody's clapping. And I'm like, yeah.
I know. I wanted to clap. Don't be clapping because this is like I gotta tune it out.
But I understand what you're saying. Like it is very deep. But I am at the point where I don't cry about it anymore. Yeah. I don't know. Is that called healing?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, definitely.
Which is good for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Took time, but we're there.
Time. Everything takes time.
Took time. Took the meds. Took therapy.
For real therapy.
Therapy is a work in progress because I haven't found my person yet.
Same.
Yeah.
Our clinic got us all the way messed up. Yeah. But yeah, I'm
we're working on it. We're switching over.
Yeah. We have to switch over before October.
Hey, we're going to end this episode right here. Don't forget to tune in next week for part 2.
You can follow us at A Potent Dose of 3 on Instagram. You can also email us at apotentdoseof3@gmail.com.
I just want to shout out my number 1 fan. Hi, Mom. Thanks for listening.
That's it. Yay. And you can also follow me, Linda, at Linda the FNP. See you next week.
Till next time. Bye.